Sorry, I'm late. Sorry, I'm late. Sorry, I'm late. So today we are getting into Buzz or Chuzz. You guys know this series very well. This series has done very, very well on the channel here. And you guys know Buzz or Chuzz is the series where you send in your stock picks and I grade them on a scale of Buzz or Chuzz. Of course, Buzz being a buy and Chuzz being a sell. Now, we're going to get right into part 3 of this series. Make sure you guys do comment down below stocks you guys want to see in the next edition of Buzz or Chuzz. Also, I do want to announce that we are going to be doing a futures webinar coming February 15th. This webinar is going to cover everything that you possibly need to know about futures. How to set up an account, how to pass your evals, how to pass your fundeds, how to get payouts, and how to work the logistics behind that via risk to reward, etc. Now, make sure you guys do not miss out on that. Click the first link in bio down below and join up today. Now, I don't want to waste any more time. Make sure you guys do drop a like and subscribe, and let's get right into this video. As we do jump into this video, just a quick reminder that you guys can be featured in the next Buzz or Chuzz video simply by clicking the first link in the description down below, joining up for 100% free, and being on the lookout for that Buzz or Chuzz notification. Now, jumping in here, reminder, Buzz means buy and Chuzz means sell, but this is not financial advice. This is just for educational purposes and at the end of the day, just to have some fun. So jumping into it here, we have my boy Smoke going in with TMC. Now, TMC is a pretty interesting company. This is a metals company. And on the chart, guys, they are looking pretty good. This is a nice cupping formation. I don't love it. I don't hate it, but it does look good at the end of the day. Now, what I want to see first is that we break this IPO price at $9.65. Once we break that, I will be much more bullish here, but we also do have a target up to $15.39. Overall, we're going to need another pullback after a little bit of a move to really measure something out for the long term. But sorry, I got something in my teeth. Right now, we are still looking at that target at 965, which from prices today is a good gain of around 32%. Then prior highs at 54%, onward up around 110% to $15.39, which is prior all-time highs. Now, with this company, we do have some unfortunate things to talk about. Now, their growth is looking pretty good. Their growth is looking pretty good. EPS is going from a loss of 62 cents to a positive gain of 33 cents. But the issue that I do have with this company is they are currently making no revenue. They are not going to make any revenue. They didn't make any revenue in 2025, and they're not going to make any revenue in 2026. But the good thing is in 2027 and 2028, they do very much accelerate this growth rate. I'll have to see what 2029, 2030 looks like, but unfortunately, we don't have those numbers. If they can get up into the billions by 2030, I do like this company. But currently sitting at $3 billion in market cap with the market at all-time highs and zero revenue to be seen, this is going to be highly speculative for me. And for that reason, I'm going to have to unfortunately give this stock a CHUZZ rating. Now, I do believe that this stock will continue higher. I don't hate this stock by any means, but with the current combo of no revenue, while good growth, but markets at all-time highs, we are seeing this stock kind of, chop around here. So we could definitely see a good pullback. And I would honestly like to see a pullback down to around $5, where I would be looking for a decent sized entry. Coming up next here, we have my boy Top Dog with PayPal. And now PayPal is in a very interesting spot. I first want to talk about their financials because they are absolutely killer. This is on the annual time frame, and you guys can see EPS is growing at a great rate still, and revenue is still growing at a pretty good rate as well. We are seeing this company do big numbers, but the stock price is just not following it. Now, in my opinion, I do think that this is subject to change. I'd be looking for an entry as close as we can to get around $50, currently sitting at around 55. I would love to kind of buy this dip and get in this sweep of all of this liquidity right here. Hopefully it'll stop out some people where we get a good entry, but right now I'm not looking for an entry on PayPal. I will say I'm going to give this stock a Buzz rating, but overall, this stock is kind of dead right now. I'm not looking to get an entry right now, but I do believe in this company long term. The growth is out of this world. The consistency of that growth is very nice to see. So I do like PayPal. I'm giving it a Buzz rating, but right now I am not interested in buying this stock. Next up here, we have my boy G coming in with Kraken Robotics, KRKNF. Now, Kraken Robotics is looking amazing. This stock has been absolutely rallying, and this is really like an RR 2.0. Now, in my opinion, once again, guys, this is a highly speculative name. I do believe in robotics for the future, but we do have to do a little bit of inferencing with our revenue and EPS growth. While it does look good, you guys can see EPS, they are already profitable, which is very impressive, going from 3 cents all the way up to 13 cents. And then we do have a little bit of a drop down to 12 cents. Same over here with revenue going from 89 million all the way up to 204, then back down to 154. I assume that is subject to change, but I would want to see more information on why we are seeing that drop off. Overall, I do like Kraken. I think it is not at a point where I'd be looking to buy right now, but overall on the weekly and on the daily, we are looking very, very good. If anything, I would actually be kind of liking an entry right here. We could go ahead and measure this move right here, and we could see if we are to bounce off of this zone right here, we could target out up to $7.70, up to $9.19, and this should be a decent little bounce out of our golden zone here. So not a horrible entry here, not my favorite thing I've ever seen, but definitely not the worst. I am going to be giving this stock a buzz rating, but I do want to say that this stock is very, very, very speculative. Most of the robotic names are very speculative right now. This is a name that could see a lot of upside. This is a name that could also pull back and see a lot of downside, much like we saw with RR from $7 all the way back down to around $2.80. So keep this one on the watch list. I'm not looking for an entry here, but this isn't a bad buy the dip opportunity if you are bullish on Kraken. Now, we got my boy Tofu coming in, breaking the rules. What the hell is up with that, Tofu? I'm just playing. He wants ASTS and Rocket Lab. We'll go ahead and, give him his little birthday wish here. So we're looking at ASTS here, guys. ASTS is looking amazing. We are up 119% on our latest alert. You guys can see these are our last 3 alerts on ASTS. 169, 190, and 119. Absolutely amazing. But overall, I am not looking to buy ASTS right now. We are at all-time highs. We are pressing higher, and we are up 119% in the last 2 months alone. This is not an area where I'd be looking to buy. Now, that being said, I am a big, big fan of ASTS and their financials and their growth and their ideas. Now, nothing is looking too crazy yet, but as we do continue to scale and grow, you guys can see 56 million to 1.94 billion is a pretty good growth rate for that revenue. And same with EPS, going from a loss of around $1 to a gain of around $1 between now and 2028. So I'm a big fan of ASTS. That one is definitely getting a big old fat buzz. One of the best ones that we have ever outlined and dated for our premium service. Also, we have Rocket Lab, which is absolutely killer, guys. Rocket Lab is looking amazing. You guys know this is another one that we have sent out alerts for. Accumulation zone down here, accumulation zone down here, absolutely killing on our alerts. Our latest alert has us up around 140%, so we're looking very good here. Another great story with Rocket Lab here. I do believe that space and rockets are kind of the next big thing. ASTS does have a little bit different of a motive, but I do think that they have a great, great product. Same with Rocket Lab here. Now, with Rocket Lab, their financials are going to be just a little bit behind, but they do have more space to grow through robotics and their space side of things, as we're talking about spaceships and stuff like that. Kind of crazy to say out loud, but going from a loss of 38 cents to a gain of around 31 cents in EPS, that's pretty nice to see them turn profitable. Also, very consistent revenue growth from 600 million to around 1.5 billion. So we're seeing a better growth rate with ASTS, but we're seeing more consistency with Rocket Lab. I'm also going to be giving Rocket Lab a buzz rating. You guys know I've been in this stock since $20.35, where my average price is currently sitting. We are already up around 400%. And you guys can see that top runner TP up to $134 is up 550% from our original entry. So bang, 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 buzz, buzz, ASTS, and Rocket Lab. Let's jump into the next one. Now we got Mojo Dojo coming in with VG. This is Venture Global. Now Venture Global is looking pretty interesting. Now I do want to talk about this stock, and I do like this, chart right here, what we're seeing. Now we obviously do have this big gap right here on the daily time frame, and it does look like we are working our way back up. I do believe that this company is undervalued, but we do have some things to talk about with the financials. Now, what I'd be looking at for this entry here, I'd be looking to buy an entry around where we are today, and I'd be looking to target up to that gap, then from that gap up to around 1541, and from there at 2 TPs right here, around $18 and $19.50 is where I'd be looking for TP2. So overall, this is a pretty good risk to reward for a trade right here. I do like this if we are taking an entry right here, targeting all the way up here, and our stop loss is roughly at these lows, possibly even closer. That is a pretty good risk to reward right there at 6.69. Now, talking about their financials, I do have an issue here, and that issue is going to be with whatever is going on with their EPS. Now, their EPS was growing at a good rate up to 86 cents, then it drops down to 74 in 2026, down to 7 cents in EPS in 2027. Hopefully they are just doing some investments, and that should turn around, and that is what it looks like, as they do quickly jump back up to 65 cents. But it is a pretty concerning thing. I don't know much about this company, so I would have to do more research to find that out. But revenue is growing at a good rate, from 5 billion to 10 billion to 15 billion to back down to around 14 billion, then all the way up to around 20 billion. And this company is currently sitting at $20 billion in market cap. I don't hate it. I don't love it. For me, I would be looking at this as a chart play, and for the chart, I'll give this chart a buzz. For the company and their financials right now, I'm going to have to give it a CHUZZ, just because of the speculation on EPS growth and revenue growth, as we did see both of those numbers drop down in 2027. That is just the only concern for me. But overall, this thing is looking better than it is bad, if that makes sense. Now we got the GOAT, the legend, the glue of the Discord coming in with my boy Jorge here, asking for OPFI. Now, OPFI is a very, very interesting stock. You guys know we have been talking about this one for over a year in the Discord now, and honestly, it's been a dud. I hate to say it, but at the end of the day, y'all know I'm transparent. I'm gonna be honest with you. It really hasn't done much. Now, I'm not holding this stock. No one in the Discord is right now, but we were at one point. Really broke even on it. But OPFI is looking so good. I'm really not understanding why we haven't seen a big push for this company yet. But overall, you guys can see clear cup and handle. We have a target back up to $17.73. We are still back into this golden zone at some point here. Yeah, right now we are back in this golden zone, so expecting another bounce. But once this wedge breaks, I do expect us to move higher based off of their financials, which, by the way, are amazing. This company is worth less than $1 billion. So, by the way, Jorge, you're breaking the rules. But I do like OPFI, so I'm going to go ahead and cover this one. But you guys can see EPS is growing at a great rate. $1.57, $1.74, and $2 in EPS. That is insanely profitable for a company at $10 in share price. That's crazy. Also, their revenue is looking pretty good. While it's nothing crazy, they are growing to the point where they will see $800 million in revenue, which, by the way, is their current market cap. So we can see that this analyst rating it a buy with targets up to $16, I agree with. Now, I do still like this stock, although it has done nothing yet. I do think that it could just be a ticking time bomb and we could see this thing explode. Now, this is a finance, retail, leasing type stock, so these stocks always do have some speculation, but once they do get that breakout, they normally do look pretty good. For that reason, I am going to be giving OPFI a buy rating. What is wrong with me? I'm going to be giving OPFI a buzz rating. Buzz. Now, let's go ahead and wrap up this video by taking a look at Grab, requested by my boy Boobinator here. Now, Grab is looking pretty interesting. Now, I have issues with this stock, guys. First of all, great company. They're growing at a great rate. They're doing a lot of the things that you need to be doing. But my issue is this company is worth $5 and they are at $20 billion in market cap. So that means at $10, they're going to be worth $40 billion in market cap. Now, financials are growing great. I mean, EPS growing from 5 cents all the way up to 29 cents. It's a pretty good growth rate. And revenue growing from $3 billion to $6 billion. Not too bad. But with this company sitting at $20 billion already, I just don't know what the upside potential looks like for something like Grab. Now, at $20, I mean, that's insane. They would be at almost $100 billion in market cap for a Singaporean delivery company. Now, I'm not saying that it can't happen, but I'm saying that Grab looks good on the financials. They look good all around. My main problem and the biggest problem is their market cap already being so high. At $20 billion, I just couldn't pull the trigger on something like that because I believe that this company could be worth $20 billion to $40 billion if it was at $5 billion. But at, $18 billion already pressing up higher, I can't see it. I can't do it. For that reason, I'm going to have to give it an unfortunate CHUZZ. I understand Grab's a great company. I do think that it's going to go higher, but right now I cannot jump into it. It's too high of a valuation already. There isn't a risk to reward in favor for me on the market cap side of things. It's like Nvidia and AMD. I'm going to choose AMD over Nvidia, even though Nvidia is maybe the better company, because AMD has a lagger type play to catch up more. Seeing that market cap is lower, it can actually accelerate faster, even if financials aren't bringing in billions and hundreds of thousands of trillions of billions of trillions of dollars. So for that reason, I am going to have to give Grab a CHUZZ rating right now. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that was part 3 of Buzz or CHUZZ. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope you guys do leave a like down below. You guys know over in the Discord, we are doing giveaways every single time that one of our videos hits 50 likes. If a video hits 75 likes, we are giving away a free eval live on stream. So once again, make sure you guys do take advantage of that. You guys can get all of that for free by clicking the first link in the description down below. I would highly advise you guys not to miss out on that because, one, free eval is pretty sweet. Also, a free premium membership is even better. So make sure you guys get in there, jump on that. Do not miss that opportunity. Also, do remember that we do have our futures webinar February 15th at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Do not miss out on that. That is going to be a huge beneficiary to accelerating your way to profitability through futures. So do not miss out on that. I will see you guys in the next video. Click on each one of these videos right here. Check one of those out, and I will see y'all later.